Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about cruise lines and which cruise lines are allowing vaccinated people to come aboard and cruise this year in 2021. So if you're looking to cruise and you're vaccinated, stay tuned. Alrighty, so as more and more people are being vaccinated, more and more travel options are opening. The travel industry is desperate to open their doors. They want people to travel, but they have to do so safely. So the cruise line industry, because they have been so terribly vilified initially when COVID happened, and we all know what happened with cruise lines back last year, but now they want to do it safely. And so what they've done is many of the cruise lines are opening in 2021, cruises all over the place, but you have to be vaccinated and you have to prove that you've been vaccinated. But if you are and you are looking to travel, you can know that if you go on these cruise lines, everybody on that ship, including the crew, will all have been vaccinated. And it might be a great place to go. It might be a good option for you if you would like to take a vacation in 2021. So today I want to cover which cruise lines are requiring the vaccinations and if there's any other little caveats you need to know so you can plan your next vacation on a cruise in 2021. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, I'm only going to cover the main cruise lines. There's a ton of cruise lines available in the world, but I'm just going to cover the ones that are more mainstream that you likely have heard of and are easy for you to make bookings on or to book your travel. But I'm going to link the article below that I'm taking this information from. So if there's other smaller cruise lines that you're interested in, you can always take a look at that article below and get more details about who exactly is taking vaccinated individuals. All right. So that being said, let's start with Celebrity Cruises. Now, Celebrity Cruises is a cruise line that has, they go all over the world, all different kinds of itineraries. And they are planning several itineraries for this summer. You have to be vaccinated if you're 18 and over, and you have to have completed your vaccinations at least 2 weeks prior to cruising. So if you got your last vaccine today and you're cruising tomorrow, you can't. You have to wait at least that 2 weeks after your last vaccine if you're 18 and over. If you're under 18 but older than 2, then you have to show proof of a negative COVID test in order to sail on Celebrity. They've also increased their health measures by adding more doctors and nurses to their ships, more rapid testing, and guests will be allowed off the ship for Celebrity shore excursions. I don't believe you could take private shore excursions. It would have to be through Celebrity. That way they can control the environment and make sure everybody is protected and as safe as possible. Celebrity, just so you know, and I'm going to go ahead and link this video above where I talk about the different styles of ships and the levels of service, kind of like hotels where there's, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Celebrity, I would say, would be about a 4-star if you're comparing it to a hotel, because it's a little nicer than your mainstream ships, but it isn't the highest luxury ships either. But it's a really nice middle, upper middle cruise ship. All right, so that is Celebrity. Now, talking about luxury, let's talk about Crystal. Crystal is incredibly luxurious. It's still not the highest, but it would be considered a luxury cruise line. I have cruised Crystal. It's amazing. The service cannot compare the service to anything else that I've experienced. But when you get luxury, you get less amenities. You're not going to have water slides and zip lines and stuff like that on Crystal cruises. But you will have higher level of service, less people, more personalized, customized service, more luxury, all of that stuff. Okay, Crystal. Crystal is offering trips to, it looks like the Bahamas. Looks like they also have some British Virgin Islands, as well as a few other places that they are cruising in 2021, including Iceland starting in July. They will require all guests to be fully vaccinated, again, at least 2 weeks prior to boarding the cruise ship. Now, they've also upped their they've upped their health requirements as well. In addition to the vaccine, you do have to have a negative test before boarding, and you do have to wear masks when appropriate, so I'm sure in the public areas. If someone gets sick on a ship, they will be equipped with ventilators and the correct testing equipment. So those are some of the measures they put in place so they can safely cruise this year. The next one I want to talk about is Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, Norwegian is going to be kind of more of the mainstream three-ish star if you're going to equate it to a hotel. But usually those main cruise lines, such as Carnival and Royal Caribbean and those, they have more amenities. So those are very, very family friendly. They usually have, you know, water parks on their ship and, being able to zip line or ice rinks and all sorts of different things. They have a ton of amenities, but it's going to be way more packed. They're usually bigger ships, have a lot more people, and so the service isn't as high as the luxury ships. So that's kind of the trade-off there. But Norwegian, if you're interested in going, they are going to be doing big ocean cruises around the world, including Caribbean, and which is they're kind of big on there. But they're also going to Greece and the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, Jamaica, Montego Bay, those kind of places. All guests are going to be required to be fully vaccinated, again, 2 weeks prior to sailing, at least through October 31st. After October 31st, I'm sure it's going to be ever evolving, and we'll see what the situation of the world is at that time, and they might change those requirements at that time. But right now, you have to be fully vaccinated 2 weeks prior to boarding. They've also upped their health and safety requirements. So, in addition to vaccine, you do have to do a test before boarding and then a second test before disembarking. And then you are going to be required to wear a face mask indoors as well as outdoors and social distancing. Outdoors when social distancing isn't possible. So, if you're at the pool and no one is around you, I think you can have your mask off. But if someone's not socially distanced, you would have to have your mask on. And I think that's it. There's also going to be a public health officer and some infectious disease prevention officer on every cruise ship. All right, the next one I want to talk about is Royal Caribbean. Again, Royal Caribbean, huge, massive cruise ship, really well known for tons and tons and tons of activities on their ships. They are super fun, but also more crowded and less service. But they are really, really particularly specialized in the Caribbean. So if you're looking to go to the Caribbean this year, they do have those sailings as well as some from Israel are going to Israel, Cyprus, and the Bahamas. Guests who are 18 and older have to be fully vaccinated 14 days prior to sailing, kind of par for the course. But if you're under 18, you have to show proof of a negative test. Now, they have also upgraded their air filtration systems on their ships and use electrostatic fogging to clean. I don't know what that does or not. You can probably look it up if you're curious. And then everybody has to also, all of the crew is vaccinated as well. That is Royal Caribbean. Princess. Now, Princess is going to be similar to Celebrity as far as like a 4-star middle ground. And so they are going to pick up their sailings. They're very well known for their Alaska cruises. They're also going to be doing Australia and it looks like some UK coastal cruises as well. And all guests are required to be fully vaccinated 7 days before boarding. So that's interesting. And there is currently no vaccination requirement for other Princess cruises going forward. So you only have to be vaccinated if you're going on their summer Seacation cruise. But any other cruises, you don't have to be vaccinated, but I'm sure you have to have testing. And I'm sure there might be some kind of other requirements as well. It's saying crew members have to undergo strict testing and quarantine, and guests will only be allowed on shore excursions that are vetted by Princess Cruises. So they want to make sure that they're quality short excursions where you're not going to go and get sick. Alrighty, I'm going to move on. Let's go to the highest top luxury cruise line, one of the highest you can go on, and that's Regent Seven Seas. If you are interested in going luxury, even above Crystal Cruises, Regent is offering they are offering cruises this year. Now, what makes them also stand out is they include perks such as free airfare, free excursions, and unlimited drinks on board. Which, if you've ever cruised before, you know you have to pay for everything, drinks and everything. But they include it. Their prices are higher, but they include it, and they're offering free multi-day land excursions as well. I'm sure this is to help get more people in. And all guests and crew have to be fully vaccinated at least 2 weeks prior. In addition to the vaccines, all guests have to take a test before boarding and a second test before disembarking. And then the staterooms are cleaned with an intensive non-toxic microbial disinfection every day. So that is Regent Seven Seas. Two other luxury cruise lines, if you're interested, is Seabourn and Silver Sea. They are doing some different sailings in Europe. Seabourn is going to Greece. Silver Sea looks like they are doing Galapagos and Antarctica, and both are requiring full vaccinations to be in place at least 2 weeks prior. And then they've also upped their safety protocols as well. And let's see, anybody else that I want to talk about? Oh, Virgin. So Virgin Airlines has launched Virgin Voyages. It is well, they were supposed to launch last year. Obviously, it got waylaid. So this is a very, very new cruise line, but from people who know how to do it right. If you've ever flown on Virgin Airlines, you know how really kind of cool and special the experience is. The cruise line is the same. So they are offering mini sailings from the England for UK residents this summer. But I'm sure after summer they will open up to the rest of the world, hopefully. But if you are from the UK, I would really recommend taking advantage of this if you're looking to cruise. You are going to be required to be vaccinated at least 2 weeks prior. And then all luggage is going to be fogged down to clean it before bringing it on board. And then there's an air purification system that they've added on their ships. And okay, so those are the ones I'm going to cover right now. Some that I didn't include that you might be interested in are Windstar, Viking, which a lot of those are going to be your river cruises. They are open to vaccinated guests for this summer. But there's also some smaller cruise lines that you may not have heard of, including Saga. Let's see who else. P&O, and Oceania. They're not as small, they're bigger, they're more well known, but they're usually in Europe. Anyway, there's more. And I'm going to link this article below if you'd like to take a look at which cruise lines are accepting vaccinated passengers. This is mostly if you are vaccinated and you want the peace of mind knowing everybody else has to be vaccinated. Some of the other cruise lines, like for instance, Carnival might be open, and I haven't looked at it yet, but I will. They might be open, but maybe they don't require vaccines. I don't know. Or Princess, some of those other cruisings where they said that they are cruises where they said they don't require vaccines. That is your choice. So if you're vaccinated and you want to know you're around other vaccinated people, I would stick with these cruise lines. If you're not vaccinated or it doesn't bother you one way or the other, then obviously you're free to go to any cruise line. So I'll go ahead and link that article below so you can take a closer look. If you are planning to take a cruise this summer, go ahead and take a look at this video here where I cover all of my tips and tricks regarding how to pick a cruise line and what the differences are between them. And other than that, I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.